appreciate you. I love you for coming along with me on this very precious journey of Pan-Africanism and consciousness. This is the Black Pot, where we speak truth to power. And of course, you can join me live right now on Facebook and also on YouTube. And our Facebook page is Xylophone 102.1 FM. YouTube is Xylophone Media. And in both cases, Xylophone is spelled Z-Y-L-O-F-O-N. Now, I am also live on Xylophone TV with Kwekwa Beku, dealing with the shenanigans right there inside Xylophone TV. Thank you so much. Now, my technicians on duty. Oh my God, one Emeka Okpara alongside one Mr. Q. My producers are one Malam Tonga alongside his able assistant, one boy next door. This is the Black Pot, where we speak truth to power. And I want to say thank you so much for coming along with me on this very precious journey of Pan-Africanism and consciousness. My brother, we normally don't like to criticize, but if we must criticize, we will criticize only to build and not to destroy. This is the Black Pot, aka Kukushunomo. And today we have some interesting issues we need to look at. And this one was published today, 18th August 2021 at exactly 11:59. And I'm reading this from my Joy Online. It says, laws must be applied equally. Laws as in the law. LAWS. Laws must be applied equally. And this is attributed to the utterances of Charlotte Osei. I read. Former chairperson of the Electoral Commission, Charlotte Osei, has urged that the country's laws be applied equally. She believes democracy is only effective when the rules are not selectively applied to favor a certain class of people when they fall foul of the laid down procedure. The rule of law must apply. We must treat all people the same, she said in the wake of controversies surrounding the health minister's COVID-19 vaccines procurement. Mrs. Osei was removed from office by the Akufo-Addo administration for alleged procurement breaches. Many have claimed that the said breach is similar to the infractions committed by the health minister, Kweku Agyeman-Menu. The minister is currently receiving criticism over a botched contract to secure some Sputnik V vaccines. My brother, my sister, this is clear, isn't it? You all remember how Charlotte Osei was hounded and kicked out of office like a bad habit. You all remember when Charlotte Osei brought a certain kind of light, a certain beauty into the Electoral Commission. We all remember how she was kicked out of office because of procurement breaches. When we say procurement breaches, what are we talking about? In order to acquire some kind of property or services, you need to go through a certain fair method. Invite people who have the capacity and the capability of providing such services and goods. But if you single-handedly decide to pick and choose using your own whims and caprices, we say that you are in breach of procurement. My brother, my sister, Charlotte Osei got some equipment and some other services for the EC without going through the necessary procurement processes. And for that matter, the NPP government was not patient with her and decided to chop her off like a bad habit. We all applauded. My brother, the law is supposed to be like electricity. If you are rich and you touch it, you get a shock. And if you are poor and you still touch it, you get a shock. If you are a baby so innocent and you touch it, you get a shock. And if you know everything like a sage and touch it, you still get a shock. Whether you are black or white, tall or short, you get a shock when you touch it. That is how the law is supposed to work. But in our country, my brother, my sister, it's all about who you know. It's all about who is in power. It's all about who is related to who, and who is who, and who and who are related to who and who and who and who to the umpteenth level. My brother, my sister, let's get serious. I'm just reading something which was published today and is attributed to Captain Smart, that he said he was kicked out of Angel FM all because of political pressure on Dr. Kweku Oting, doctor in quotes. According to Captain Smart, if only he's speaking the truth, Dr. in quotes Kweku Oting was threatened with tax. My brother, he had invaded tax, according to what I'm reading. And for that matter, the NPP government said, if you don't kick this guy out, remember you owe taxes like this and like this. You have not paid tax on that. You have not paid tax on that. We are coming for the tax. And out of fear and colludal to crime, he decided to kick out Captain Smart. I hardly talk about Captain Smart because he has his good sides and the not too good sides as well. He has made it clear that he's a member of the ruling government, NPP. He's made it clear. And for me, I am not a man who supports politicians, because they have disappointed us time and again. My worst enemies are the politicians. I am not in bed with them. I do not go around following them or flashing out party cards. I am not a man who believes in their level of politics. For that matter, I see it as a shame for me to be tagged with any political party. So when a man says, oh, this is my party and my party is behaving shamefully, well, that is that. I leave it as such. But my interest is in this, that Kweku Oting actually owes tax. And the NPP government is saying, okay, if you don't kick out this guy, we will come for the tax. My brother, let's come to the bargain table. Better still, the reasoning table. The tax. Does it belong to the NPP or it belongs to the people of Ghana? What is tax? An amount of money, a percentage that you pay for a certain service rendered you. A percentage that you pay for a certain amount of money or remuneration that comes to you is called tax. Depending on what kind of tax is it. Is it an income tax? Is it a service tax? Whatever it is, my brother, my sister, the country right now is crying that the tax net has to be widened. Upon Nkrumah only yesterday was talking about people paying tax so they can build their 111 hospitals. 419 agenda. Agenda 419. And they push people like Upon Nkrumah, eloquent, to come and talk. Brofo Bebre. My brother, my sister, is Dr. Kweku Oting of the Angel Group owing taxes? Should we not go for our taxes? Are they shielding him or blackmailing him using the taxes? This is what Charlotte Osei is talking about. If one man has to go home for evading taxes, the next man must also go home for evading the same taxes. Or else we live in George Orwell's Animal Farm, where everybody in the farm is equal, yet some are more equal than others. My brother, my sister, today we all look at America, we all look at England, we all look at all those other countries, and we say their laws are working. We say their systems are working. We say their institutions are working. It's all because they have all crossed their hearts and stood firm and agreed that whoever falls foul to the law, be it my mother, be it my brother, your mother, your uncle, they must face it squarely. But in our country, no. How many times have motorists fallen short on the road in terms of traffic rules? And when the policeman appears, they only give a mobile phone to the policeman and say, hey, speak with so and so and so. And the other guy on the other side of the line just gives the policeman an order. Which unit do you belong to at all? Says, oh, unit this, unit that. Station this, station that. Do you know who you have stopped? That's my wife's brother's uncle. How dare you stop him? Let him go. I'll call your boss. And that's it. Do you call yourself a human being? Do you have any respect for this country? The toil and blood of our fathers. People who laid down their lives night and day. Whose blood is found on our national flag. My brother, my sister, you are demeaning and insulting their sacrifice. My brother, my sister, Charlotte Osei has spoken. She was kicked out of office for procurement breaches. Health minister is still shamelessly sitting in office. Even Nanado is still shamelessly sitting in office. If this was a responsible president, by now he would have resigned and left. For the lies he has told Ghanaians. We have no respect for our citizenry. Ha! If an American president had told a quarter of the lies Nana Addo told, in fact, they would have asked him by now. They would have chopped him off like a bad habit, like some contagious disease. But he's still sitting down in the office there, telling more lies, churning out lies, and pushing idiots to come out and propagate those lies. They sit on TV and radio every day. And I get angry by the second. My anger rises like a column of mercury. Every second I see these guys on TV. My brother, my sister, you kicked Charlotte Osei out. She went out, even though she was the one who pronounced you winners in the election. You kicked her out. No compensation, nothing. Go. You fell foul to the law. Right now, your health minister has fallen foul. And you are rather touring around with him. Your finance minister is singing his praises night and day. And the whole country has come to a standstill. Look at the irresponsible behavior of Osafo Maafo. The guy is still in office. He retired and we all clapped that this bad habit had left us. Now he's come back with a worse attitude. Osafo Maafo. He's a man that only God can forgive. Anytime I see his face, I get so angry. These are the people killing this country. And the more we talk about these things, the better. When we look at them and say, oh, old man, respect him. If all men are fooling, you let them know that they are fools and idiots. That's what happens, brethren. Hey, there is no other side to the truth than the truth. A man who told the whole country in a tape that you are not fit to be president of this country until minerals are discovered in your hometown. When Nkrumah became president, what mineral was in his hometown? The whole of Axim, what mineral was there apart from water and fish? But he became one of the best in the whole of Africa. No common sense. And they are old men. These are people we are supposed to see as the epitome of wisdom, but they are the epitome of foolishness. And I get angry, something so incensed, I feel like eating the microphone. Nobody should be president in this country unless we find minerals in their hometowns. Today they have found minerals all the way in Tumu, Dolin Bizon, Bang, all those areas in the Upper West region that nobody thought minerals would be. They are finding minerals all over the place. My brother, my sister, according to Osafo Maafo, you are not fit to be president until a certain mineral is found in your hometown or where you come from. And why is he saying that? That you should not benefit from the presidency until your hometown is giving something in terms of minerals to the state. These are the people who belong to the school of thought of J.B. Dankwa. Some of you are so young, so you are not able to comprehend exactly what we're talking about. I will break it down. J.B. Dankwa, at the time of independence, proposed that this country should be called Akan land. J.B. Dankwa's eyes did not see any other ethnic group in this country except the Akan. If you are not Akan, then you are not in this country. Even if you are in this country, you don't matter. That's the school of thought of J.B. Dankwa. It is the same foolishness that Osafo Maafo, my brother, my sister, is propagating. And you say we should be diplomatic so that we will look good in the eyes of the people. Where diplomacy breaks down, the hard truth should hit the people like thunderbolts and torpedoes. Osafo Maafo said it on tape and it circulated all over the place. The NPP was so embarrassed. What did they do to Osafo Maafo? The same overaged Osafo Maafo, if he was a car, he would have been put out in the garage. In fact, he would have become scraps like 50 years ago, but he's still on the road. Scraps now are on, scrap human beings are now on the road. Like your president, too old to be president, yet you voted him to presidency. What's my brother, my sister, let's think. That's why I'm saying let's come together and think. When Mahama comes and we are attacking him like this, or some other person comes and we are attacking him, then you understand that it's not a personal thing. We've done this for a very long time. And it's always been like this. We are whipping them into line. It's nothing personal. When we give you the chance to make our lives better and you are failing us, we have to whip you into line. That's what we are doing. Hear me now. When Aisha Huang and Helena Huang and the Huangs came to this country to degrade our land in terms of galamsey and rosewood felling, they shipped them back, first class, back to Guangzhou, Beijing. And Osafo Maafo said that there was no need to punish them because punishing them would not change our economy. These are the people you voted into power. Look at this. Look at the level of thinking. The brains have all been eaten by worms and locusts, and they are still in power. So when Osafo Maafo came out and said he had retired and that he was going home, many were those who applauded, because this was a scrap human being still working in government, like the president. As I explained, if they were cars, they would have long become scraps 50 years back, but they are still working. All men in power all over Africa, and they are the cause of our biggest problems in this country. If the presidency is that hot, like a 100-meter race, my brother, watch athletics, all the events, they have their level of adrenaline. When it comes to the 100-meter race, adrenaline is the highest. Everybody is upstanding, including the flags of all the nations, because 100 meters is like a bullet from out of a gun. Puyaka, that is gone. It never returns. What am I talking about? That's how the presidency is supposed to be. Hot, it has to keep you on your feet. Can you put an old man to go and run 100 meters at the Olympics? Is it possible? You have to be young and sharp-minded and athletic and so fit like a fiddle to be able to run that race. But no, we go to the Olympics of the world with old men like Nana Addo and Osafo Mafu and all these people to go and run our 100-meter race. That's why we have never come back with any medal. We need fit people, brainy people, people who will let the law work equally. Not massage here, hit here. No, sir. You kick Charlotte Osei out of the office. She went away. Health minister has betrayed us this much, made us look like fools on the global scene, that we went around looking for criminals to supply us Sputnik V. My brother, my sister, and he's still in office because Mr. President says he should be in office. Minister of National Security went around in pajamas, modeling like a cheap Homo sapiens. My brother, my sister, in front of a slave queen's camera. At this age, we all thought that he should be with his family and then, teaching his children and his grandchildren some lessons and telling them Anansi stories. No, his libido is still so high. Powerful. Dodo. He's out there on a national assignment. Kandapa. Modeling in his pajamas in front of a slave queen's camera. And he didn't know. Analog-minded old men in power. They don't know what Facebook is. Instagram is like a monster to them. As for Twitter, it's a waste of time for them. My brother, my sister, nothing happened to Kandapa. Thank God for the life of the Minister of Defense, Nitiwil. He exposed what kind of president we have. Luxury-loving president. Selfish-minded president. Luxury-loving bourgeoisie president. He wants to take a shower in the skies. 72,000 feet above sea level. That is where he will take a shower. And after that, he will take a sleep, come and shower again before he goes into a meeting. You have gone into the Guinness Book of History. The Guinness Book of Records, you are in there. As the first ever president who takes a shower there. Yes, you take your shower there. My brother, my sister, in this country, the laws hardly work. In this country, it is so sad and so shameful. Look, there are demonstrations all over the place. Strikes all over the place. Today I woke up seeing so many strikes, slapping my cringing brows. Professors, university teachers are on strike. You say education is the key. But in Ghana, education, my brother, my sister, is no key. Education is a solid metal door in Ghana. This is too deep for somebody to understand. They say that education is the key. Or yourself, eh? So when you push it in the crack, now we're boy. But no, in Ghana, education is a solid metal door with no key. Solid metal door. The more education you have, the more idiotic you are. They make you feel like an idiot. When they are going to commission toilets, then they bring all the professors, come out, line up and give your lengthy speeches. Then they also come out with paper. Yes, the esophagus of the blah blah boom boom boom, which surrounded the 1870 Article 402 and and we declare this philanthropic gogogozos open. Then they clap and give all of them 50-50 cedis to go and sleep. How do you get respect? When so much money is spent on slave queens and sluts, modern day prostitutes who prefer to be called slave queens, for their teeth alone, They spend 15,000 Ghana cedis. We are told. And you, a professor. Right now, professors have sat up. Please give us 2,000 as the base salary, or else we are not working. Civil servants are out on the streets, running helter-skelter, that they increase their salary by 4%, 7%, yet the president's salary has been increased by 79%. What a selfish president. Selfish old bourgeoisie president. Involved in shotgun activities all over the place. 79%. An old man. Because we refuse to give your wife salary, so you arbitrarily increase your own salary so you can make room for your wife. The presidency has now become a retirement benefit for all these Osafo Mahfuz, Kandapas, Nanados, and all those old men in power, including the agric minister who said food is so cheap. It's so cheap, so shameless. When they talk, they sound like demons and principalities. Look at Buhari. Buhari. Yesterday I heard he was quarantined for what? Coronavirus, whatever. This guy, when he even has Qatar, he's flying to America to cure Qatar. He's still the president of the most populous country in the whole of Africa. And Nigeria, with all your activism, with all your power, with all your brain, with all your wonderful literature and all that, you sit down for this guy. My brother, my sister, to be elected into the presidency. And in Ghana, it's even worse. All bourgeoisie, luxury-loving presidents are those who are then, who are in the presidency, surrounding themselves with shotgun activities, stories that are nothing but red herrings. Jesus have mercy. Charlotte say, so you see that power is temporal. You too, when you were in power, you thought that the time will never come. I don't know who advises politicians. A lot of them think, people like Gabi, that they will be there forever. I look at him and I sympathize with him. I said, men have come and men have left. Jesus have mercy. Hey, men have come and men have left. Even Jesus came and left. It is only a fool who thinks that his condition is permanent. There is absolutely no condition that is permanent. And there will be. So when you see somebody rising to the top, don't be jealous. Be happy for them, my brother. Be happy and pray that they even go higher. Because the more you admire where they are, the more the universe showers you with that rare energy for you to be able to catapult yourself to that level. This is too deep for somebody to understand. Somebody won't understand this and he drinks cocoa tonight. Cocoa kunun kanwa tonight. Or you eat tubani tonight. Charlotte. You see? Now if they are lucky to come back into power, somebody like Mahama, they will learn. They thought that they were going to be there. It was automatic. Especially when Mahama was kicked out. I heard he was so shocked, some even said he collapsed. Yes. We need all these people to collapse one after the other. When they are collapsing, especially that boy who goes around chewing ballot papers in the Parliament House. All these guys. One after the other. They must respect chastity and decency. The fact that you are a politician doesn't make you an angel. It doesn't make you God. After speaking about this, the people who also follow them around and sing praises to them, those of them who follow them and sing zikr into their ears as if they were gods, you will continue being servants forever. Try to be independent. When you are too comfortable as a tenant, you will never be a landlord. Is this too deep? Is this too deep? I am saying that if you are too comfortable as a tenant, you will never ever be a landlord. You and your landlord, your landlady, you have the most peaceful atmosphere. Oh, you go and come, you will remain a tenant forever. Be uncomfortable with your situation as a tenant. Be uncomfortable. Create that discomfort around you, around your status as a tenant, so that you'll be forced to start walking towards the land of land ownership. In other words, landlordship. Our politicians never learn. And when they happen to come into power, they want to hold on to power till death. Look at Paul Biya, Cameroon. He steals the money of Cameroon and pays that money to American and British press houses to write propaganda about him. Look at the level of mediocrity, the level of foolishness that we have in the African presidencies. Paul Biya is paying money to American and British press houses to write propaganda about him. In other words, if 20 people have died, they should write that only one person collapsed. He didn't even die, yet 20 people have died. When 1 million people are starving, the American and the British press, paid by Paul Biya, will write that, there's a little bit of hunger, and some 5 people, were reported hungry, but the government has sorted it out. Where do you go with propaganda? It's the same propaganda Nanado's government ran to Bloomberg to do for them. It's the same propaganda Nanado's government ran to CNN and had Ken Oforiatta being interviewed on CNN. When I saw him on CNN being interviewed, the economy is doing well and cocoa is doing well and gold is doing well, I laughed and said, hallelujah. You see the foolishness level. How many of you saw Ken Oforiatta on CNN granting an interview about how the economy is booming, how the gold is blah? I said, oh, joker. Economy is booming. 1 month later, World Bank is warning Ghana that you have borrowed too much and you are hitting the reddest of the red. So where is the economy booming? It's a cosmetic economy. What we have in these times is called cosmetic economy. If you don't know what it is, a makeup economy. You are not seeing the true face of the economy. What you are seeing is makeup, cosmetism. Hey, if you go and borrow your friend's shirt to wear and you look so good, my brother, my sister, do not deceive yourself that you are rich. You have only borrowed a rich man's clothes to wear. When you return the clothes, you become as ordinary as the peacock without his feathers. True or false? Borrow away. Then you are coming, you are telling us we are rich. We are okay. You pay CNN to sit Ken Oforiatta down. Hey, he's wearing his mask. He's sitting in his office. Yes, yes, the economy and the gold, the cocoa. And say, wow, who are you fooling? Who are you fooling? Then another government is so interested in paying people to talk rather than work. 88 hospitals, now there are 111. The 111 hospitals. Agenda 111. Jesus Christ. Agenda 111. Agenda 419. You failed with 88. Now you have increased it to 111. Why are you joking with us like that? Your jokes are not funny. Even your comedian vice president is no more funny. In the circus, they will stone him. I've seen that. The circus clown comes, his jokes are not funny, and they stone him and clap him off. Let the law work. If it's Nanado who falls foul to the law, let it work. Recently in Britain, my brother, the prince, or whatever they call him, was driving on the streets, and he was involved in a certain traffic regulations, whatever. He surrendered his driver's license, true or false. The prince, he did it. A minister hacks a woman without following protocols, COVID-19 protocols, and resigns. Another minister has sold our health rights to criminals in Dubai, and he's still in office shamelessly. As for Nanado, we will remember you as the worst president this country has ever had. Sleeping, luxury-loving bourgeoisie president. You have wasted our forward motion. And I just dislike all these things that you have done to demean us and to make us a laughing stock on the international market. Now you are paying Bloomberg and all those people to come out and sing your praises when there are no praises. I'm reading the next one from, what is it called? City Newsroom. And this is interesting. It's about Osafo Mafo. My brother, my sister, this one was published. Interesting news. This was published today, the 18th of August, 2021. And this is City Newsroom. It says, Osafo Mafo commends Alan Trematin for lobbying for Ghana to host whatever after HQ. It will be explained later. It's about free trade and all that. It says, senior statesman and special advisor. Listen to the title. Senior statesman and special advisor to the president of Ghana, Yao Osafo Mafo, has commended the Minister for Trade and Industry, Alan Trematin, for spearheading Ghana's successful bid to host the headquarters of the African Continental Free Trade Area, AFTA. I leave it here. I don't need to read anymore. You know what he's doing? He's campaigning for Alan Trematin to be president, breaking the 8. This is what he's doing. He is campaigning for Alan Trematin to be the next president. By now, Baumia is shaking and wetting his pants as if he had a weak bladder. By now, he has become red, like red coral. Here, hey, these guys, they are so dogmatic when it comes to ethnicism. These are ethnic bigots. So tribalistic, my brother, my sister. Right from the days of J.B. Dankwa. And even further than that. Say Oforiata the first. All they think about is tribalism. And history does not lie. When I talk, please check them out historically. And you will see that it's not different from what I'm telling you. It's the truth. Ha! As for Baumia, I sympathize with him so much. He will run back to Wale Wale and do coconut farming. The circus would even reject him. Go back and look at the story of Aliu Mahama. When Aliu Mahama was with this party, Aliu Mahama was not a politician. No. Lidra, in Tamale, there was only a contractor, philanthropic contractor, who supported every little youth, including me, myself, when I was about 17 or even 16. Lidra, we called him Lidra. And he was at the Tamale Cultural Center. That was where his office was. Very good guy. Then all of a sudden, when they needed to win elections, they pulled him in as a Muslim and a Northern vice president to get the Northern votes and the Muslim votes. Oh, Al-Hajj, Aliu Muhammad, Al-Hajj, Bait Allah, Salamu alaikum Al-Hajj, Ya Al-Hajj. He spoke the Bani to them, spoke Hausa to them, and some other languages, quoted the Quran and some hadith here, and then boom. Aliu Muhammad. At the end of the day, can they even remember where his grave is? These guys, can they? When Aliu Muhammad finally had expended all this time as the vice president and wanted to become 2 votes, he collapsed. Alan Shramatin was part of those people, and some other people. Aliu Muhammad, a sitting vice president, polled only 2 votes, if I'm not mistaken. He believed that he was going to win. He believed that having served as the vice president, and there were a few idiots around him too, who said, yes, you would win. When we went, everybody was saying that you are the one, and they knew they were lying to him, so that he could give them money to go and do more campaign. And the campaign was in their pockets. At the end of the day, their party primaries, Aliu Muhammad, sitting vice president for 2 terms, two. But if he gets 1, he said, done well. Having clowned all this while, lied all this while, demeaned himself with lying, demeaned himself with clowning, right now blaming it on principalities and demons. You came in as an economics guru who had ever worked with the Bank of Ghana, and you are the key to the El Dorado of our economy. And when you came in, you threw that key into the sea, and now you were running after demons and principalities to help you deal with the economy. Jesus Christ, what confused souls. Demons and principalities. You want to be president, so you blame it more on demons and principalities. Look, they started campaigning for Alan. This is the special advisor to the president. That's him. This man. A man who said all the things I said before this time. He's the special advisor. How would the country move forward? How can he be? Why should he be special advisor? What advice is he going to give? Send the Huangs, Aisha Huang and Helena Huang back. After all, if you jail them, if you punish them, the economy will not improve. And this is the man Nanado is holding close to his chest, that he is the best special advisor to him. Why won't you go to Israel and bring stones to come and put there as your foundation for a cathedral? To God be the glory. Well, Alote Jacob is a man that many people know, and he used to be with the NDC until they, I think, excavated his roots and took him out. He was so close to the president then, John Evans Atta Mills. I like it when he talks. He keeps to his fancy, and he flows quite well. I'm reading this from Peace FM Online, and this was published today, the 18th of August, 2021. It says, Agenda 111. The talk is too much. People are dissuading us from believing in ourselves. Alote Jacobs. I know you want to hear it again. Agenda 111. The talk is too much. People are dissuading us from believing in ourselves. Alote Jacobs. I read only one paragraph. Social commentator Bernard Alote Jacobs has shamed naysayers of President Akufo-Addo's Agenda 111 hospital project. The minority in Parliament and NDC 2020 presidential candidate, former President John Dramani Mahama, has cast doubts over the feasibility of the project. According to the former president, the project is only an afterthought that suddenly they realize that they must be doing some infrastructure, and Agenda 111 has been conjured with no transparency as to how the money for the projects are going to be procured. Government should avert its mind and try to finish some of these projects, including some of those that they themselves have initiated, he added. Is it going to lead to more borrowing when we already have such a high level of debt? He further questioned. But Alote Jacobs strongly believes there will be no impediments in the way of the president in completing the project. I'll leave it here. So you see, Alote Jacobs was with the NDC. Recently he confessed that they went out lying to destroy people. Blatant lies, propaganda. So instead of going out like this, I want to send a word to Alote Jacobs. I respect him so much, never met him. Instead of doing propaganda, which will let people still think that you are still lying like Baumia, that you have become an ordained liar, like you were lying in the days that you just confessed about. It's time to step back, repolish yourself, and appear as the changed man that you claim you are. I will not disrespect him. No way. We will not disrespect anybody till they deserve it. Agenda 111. Alote Jacobs says what? That he has no doubt in his mind that is going to happen. What happened to the 88 hospitals? All of a sudden it's been repackaged to 111. And you have no doubt that it will happen because you are in bed with this government, right? It will be my prayer that it happens. We all want to see hospitals, right? When we have the 111 hospitals, then we can say, how will this happen? Where is the money coming from? You say we should pay taxes. So you already have an escape window. If the hospitals do not happen, oh, you didn't pay enough tax. Now you are being blacklisted, better still, whitelisted by the World Bank, the IMF, the European Union, and so on and so forth, that you are on a borrowing spree that is too hazardous. Your notoriety in borrowing, my brother, my sister, has reached its acme. Everybody is scared of you when you are approaching them. Even when you greet them good morning now, they don't want to accept. Because the next thing is, I want to borrow. Borrow. Borrow where? No be your own. It's borrowed glory. Borrow where be borrowed glory. Alote Jacobs, please, a word to the wise. Deal with it. My brother, my sister, interesting times ahead, right? I'm going to deal with another thing, and then we'll call it a day. My brother, my sister, things are happening in this country, and we all have to open our ears and listen with rapt attention. You remember the kissing bishop, right? The bishop who went to St. Monica's school, training school, teacher, whatever school, and started kissing young girls. St. Monica's College of Education. Now they have started counseling female students who have been kissed by the Anglican priest. I tell you what it is. I'm reading this from my Joy Online, 18th August, published today. 2021. It says, St. Monica's College of Education begins counseling for female students kissed by an Anglican priest in viral video. I read just 2 paragraphs. Authorities at St. Monica's College of Education in Asante Mampong have started providing counseling services to students who were kissed by the chaplain of the school in a viral video. At least 3 female students were kissed on the lips by Reverend Father Obinglabi in what school authorities have described as a peace kiss during a Sunday mass service. Some say peace kiss. Some also say holy kiss. Mouth to mouth. We all saw how the priest pulled down his face mask to expose his own ugly lips and called the females and kissed them tongue to tongue. Tongue to tongue, tongue in cheek, French kiss, deep wet kiss. Gave it to the ladies whilst the rest were clapping. Back, 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 back. Hey. I'm sure some of them wish that they were those even receiving the kiss. Little did they know that the whole world would get to see the libido of a sworn father who was decided that he would not marry. He is going to spend the rest of his life worshiping Jesus Christ, celibacy. Jesus have mercy. Now those students, if they're not careful, my brother, they are going to be traumatized. Some of them, if they have boyfriends, some would leave them. Some would say, so you make that he God kiss you, Abi? He kiss you, some say they do your leg like this. It means say they enjoy him. He finish with that. They are going to be traumatized that an old hog had kissed these girls. Irresponsible behavior. That is why that man, the Sokora, Tie! What's his name? He's been throwing insults all over the place because you are making Christendom a mockery. You are turning it into a circus. I hope the counselors do their work very well and deal with this issue properly so that our pretty ladies would at least have a certain playground, at least to be free after this horrendous holy kiss or peace kiss. Finally, my brother, my sister, I'm reading this from Graphic, which is the national communicator. And this is dated 18th August 2021. It says, over 9 million GNPC projects stalled. And this is the audit report. Stalled means stopped. It says, the Auditor General has warned the Ghana National Petroleum Corporation, GNPC, to take steps to procure funding to complete all of its abandoned projects so that cost, grammatical error, costs do not shoot up over time. They said costs, S at the end, that's grammatical imbalance. You know, the Auditor General in its 2020 report estimated that projects costing over $9 million American had not seen any progress over a period of time, which it said could spike up the cost. We are a country of uncompleted projects. When elections are coming, we rush and do things so we can win elections. We fool the people all the time. We wait. Elections are coming. Hey, boo, 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 boo. Like demons, injected demons full of adrenaline. Hey, this project, this thing, this borehole, hey, this well, hey, this toilet, we are running. Hey, you see, we have done 5 million projects, and all 5 million projects, none has gone beyond 2% of work. They capture it in a certain book. Is it green book, yellow book, pink book? Oh, we have done 5 million projects. None of the 5 million projects has gone beyond 2% of work. And the taxpayer is excited. The taxpayer would not go on the ground to check what is happening. They vote for them to come and continue clowning. The auditor's report says GNPC has abandoned so many projects, and this, if not dealt with, will cause so much problem. And this is about 9 million American dollars. My brother, my sister, let's look it up. Having said all these things, as we do always, what is the solution? We are not only talking, we would also suggest solutions. And the only thing I will tell you, the youth coming up and those who care to listen, patriotism. If you are patriotic, like you see the Americans standing firm for their country. There's an earthquake, they are standing. The land is shaking, they are standing in honor of their country. When their flag is falling, they prefer to be in the fire to pull out the flag. They prefer to die to save their flag. But here, hoist high a flag of Ghana. Somebody will go and pull it down to use it as a mattress. Go to the airport. Do we have the national flag there? Ghana airport. Go check it. There should be flags all over the place. But no. Caricature flags. Where is the patriotism? Once we are patriotic, we are safe. Because with patriotism, our attitude would automatically be dealt with. Patriotism is a whole universal set. Attitude is a subset. To God be the glory. It's been the Black Pot. My name Blakk Rasta. We do this every day from Monday through Friday, 3:30 on the dot. And we say bye-bye to you at 4:30. I appreciate you. I love you. It's been the Black Pot.
Bye. Up, in mighty race. Stand and take your rightful place. Full time, no politicians get some slapping at them face. Poor people tax money, them not stop waste. When we find the politician, them a thief. Make we lock them up, tie them up and bring them out the street. Make we box them up, find them in a corruption, make